Hey, it's Kevin DeWitt here and welcome to another plugin knowledge session. In this session we're going to have a look at the Master Rebalance module in iZotope Ozone 9. So firstly, if you are new to my channel and new to my videos, if you like what you see, please click the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell to be notified of all of my future videos as they come out. So in my previous video, I did a brief run through of the new features and obviously stated that I was going to do separate videos on the new modules, Master Rebalance and Low End Focus. So this video, as promised, is going to be about the Master Rebalance module. So this is a great addition to the suite of modules and features that Ozone 9 already provide. And to me, this is something that is potentially going to speed up the process of mastering clients' music, so much more. Now, obviously, keep in mind that if you are somebody that is mixing and mixing your own music, and then you go to mastering, this feature here may actually be better if you just went back to the mixing stage instead of using this feature to adjust those levels and rebalance. But if you are working on other people's material and you don't have that ability, you don't want that hassle of going back and asking the client for a new mix, then this feature is fantastic. Now, we had the ability to do some of these functions before, but it was not very streamlined and easy. It was quite cumbersome. You had to use tools like EQs, compressors, all those sort of features to adjust those levels and try to bring out more vocals or reduce the vocals or whatever you were trying to do. Whereas iZotope have decided that they were going to use the intelligence that they have in their plugins to give you those features in a very simple adjust the slider, pick what you want, and bang, you're done approach. And it works, as you will see in the video. So let me stop talking about it and let me just actually show you it working right now. I have pulled open Ozone 9 here in this is in an actual mixing session, but I've placed it on the mix bus. So just imagining at this stage that I was using this in a mastering session, okay? So this is where I would naturally use it. If I was in my mix, I would just adjust my vocals, bass, and drums manually through the tracks. But if we just imagine that this is a mastering session, I have a single stereo file, because that's what I'm pretending that I have right now. So Master Rebalance obviously is one of the new modules that's been added to Ozone 9, which is fantastic. And we have our same settings that we have with most of the other modules. We can bypass, we can solo, we can open some presets, and we can move it around the order if we had other plugins open. So the layout's pretty simple. There's not a great deal to do with it other than select your focus, vocals, bass, or drums, and then adjust the gain, either up or down to reduce or increase the level of that focus area. All right, so let's start with some easy stuff here. So I have got a song with some vocals on it, and it sounds like this. Right, so if we turn the plugin on, this is what we get a visual look at. So the graph is supposed to be showing us that the gray is the background signal or leftover signal, and the blue is the focus instrument. So it should change based on what I pick. So you'll see the blue changes. You can see it's focusing more in the low end there, and the vocals, it's focusing more in the mids, but pretty much across the board. Alright, so let's just simply see what it does, because there's not much else we can do. So if we say our vocals are too low, we could go through life together. Definitely increases the vocals. Let's try dropping them. Okay, seems to work really well for vocals there. So definitely if you are doing a mastering session and need to increase some vocals, I can see this being very handy. As long as you don't need to do too much. I mean, I wouldn't push it like that, but if you just a little bit, just need to pull it out a tiny bit, then I can see that working really well. So let's have a listen to our bass. Let's see what it does with our bass. So if we want to increase it, definitely got the bass there. So that's what we had before. You might say it's a little bit too much bass. So it seems to work really well on the bass as well. It really is targeting just that bass. It's really phenomenal how they've developed plugins these days to be able to do that. Out of all of that mess of instruments and vocals, it can pull out exactly what you want it to target. So let's try the drums now. Okay, so it's definitely working again. It's pulling out the drums, but in this case here, obviously with drums, it's such a broader frequency range. It's probably a bit harder for it to target, so you can hear it impacting when I push it to stupid levels. You can hear it affecting the vocals and various other components of the mix. So again, this really would work well if you keep it subtle. If you need to push things a little bit too far, I think you're going to get some negative impact on other instrumentation. But that's going to happen regardless in a mastering session. If you need to adjust too much, it's going to happen anyway. So there's nothing wrong with what this plugin's doing. It's just an inherent fact of trying to adjust a stereo output and trying to pull out one instrument, but keeping it subtle. You know, I hear it. It's definitely working. Or if the drums are too loud. So one thing I am curious of, which I haven't even tested, I haven't read the manual to see if you can do it, is I want to know, can I adjust more than one at a time? So let's say I wanted to increase the vocals and reduce the bass. No. Okay, so you can do one or the other, and unfortunately, if you wanted to do multiple, you can't even load another version of the module, but you can obviously load another instance of the plugin. So I could load the individual item. If you have the advanced version, you can load the plugin individually. I could load this one up to reduce the bass and still have this one here increasing the vocals. So then I get the best of both worlds. Okay, but that's before. Vocal increase, bass decrease. So that's probably a bit overkill, obviously. Hopefully you wouldn't have to do all of that in your mastering sessions, and the mix is pretty good already. But there you go. It works great. I think it's a great addition. It's going to help a lot of mastering engineers that just need to do that little subtle thing. Probably vocals is going to be the main item most people were going to use this on, because that seems to be the most common problem, that the vocals are either buried a bit too much into the mix, or could be a bit too loud and over the top and not in the mix enough, and just feels separated from the music. So, generally you can control that a bit with some compression and various techniques, but this is going to help a lot in the fact that you could put this first in the chain just to tweak it a tiny bit and then do some more processing after it, or you could put it last in the chain or in the middle of the chain. You can put it anywhere you want, obviously, but your results are going to change depending on where you place it. So there you go. There is the Master Rebalance module in iZotope Ozone 9. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. Do you think this is a module that you are going to be using? Is it something that really has said to you, you want to buy this product, or you want to upgrade from a previous version to this version 9? I'd love to hear your opinions on it. Or do you think that it's a great feature that you may not use because you have other ways, or you just purely mastering your own mixes, so you'll go back to your mix? Love to hear all your opinions about this. So hopefully this video has been helpful. If you do like the video and my content, then please click the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell to be notified of my future videos. All of your support is very much appreciated. It helps me continue working on this sort of content and continue working with this channel and getting this sort of content to you. So if you do like it, please show your appreciation, and I really will show mine back. And I thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.